Hello, today we are going to learn how to draw portraits. So let's get started. In order to draw portraits, first step, remember this is portrait from front view, so we are going to draw an oval. Actually, let me make this oval bigger so we can emphasize more on what we are drawing. Then let's define the upper part and the lower part of this oval and run a middle line horizontally through that and another line vertically through it. Like, it really doesn't matter, if it's very symmetrical or not. We can correct it later. So yeah, we just devise ourselves some guidelines. Now, this middle line, if you take the middle of the face, we have the eye line. Eyes are on this line usually, and most of the faces are, at least in the mannequin that we are making for the face. So on this line, we are going to make circles. So the distance between two eyes should be equal to one eye. So I should make this circle probably bigger. And the circle. So yeah. I just made two circles here. So right above the eye, we have eyebrows. So we just add some lines for eyebrows here. So we have some eyebrow line. And guess what? Halfway between the chin and the eyebrows is the nose, the bottom of the nose. So we are going to define that as well. So we have this and this right in the middle. We are defining a bottom line for our nose, just like this. So now, one topic that many people just say, the mouth is the middle way between the bottom of the nose and the chin, which is not exactly correct. Like, we have something called chin as well, like the middle way between here and here would be here. So here it's the sort of the lower lip, or the line can cut it. So we can put it this way, right? So here's the middle, and I'm just going a little bit upper and placing something for the mouth, and this face is smiling, of course, because, of course, a drawing is being made, and this is happy to be drawn. So now we have our mouth, nose, and these things sorted out, and of course the ears are start from just between the eyebrows and the eye, because you're wearing glasses. Of course, I am wearing glasses, maybe you're not. So here, from the corner of the eye to the side, I usually take it like a half an eye distance. So almost half an eye here and almost half an eye over here is this one. So from here, I am just making a sort of a shape for ear, a sort of a shape for ear. And if you notice, I haven't devised any line. I didn't draw any line for these lines, the jawline and the side of the face yet. This is just hypothetical line right now. So on this step, I just want to emphasize on, you just get the basics of the face done, put it on the paper. And if you're drawing on the paper, just draw it with very light lines so you can correct later. So now what we are going to do, let's define, this is our jaw, this is our chin. And from here, the face has a little bit of a tilt. It's not a very straight line. So we give it a little bit of a tilt downwards. And the jaw is usually has the lower lip, on the lower lip line. So you can actually draw the jaw the middle way line, right? So let's bring the line here, and here's this jaw, and connect it to the chin line that we did. For now, of course, you may think it's looking a little bit messy, but we are going to go to the second round. So wait a sec. So, and of course, for the hairline, So the distance between eyebrows and the nose go up and there will be hairline. Of course, you cannot, that's not visible on me. So you should find another reference, not me, for the hairline. So I'm just gonna take this line and approximate it here. And to draw the hairs, always remember hair is a shape. So according to your reference or your imagination later on when you get expert, you should draw that. So I'm pulling out a reference here, but wait a second, I'm not gonna make more mess on this layer. And if you're on paper, just erase a little bit of those lines. Let's just make it very what's it called? Sort of with low opacity. And here on Procreate, I'll just reduce the opacity. So yeah, if you're drawing digitally, yay. So now I'm just gonna reduce the thickness of this brush. And while looking at the reference, I just want to go and put the eye. So here is one line. I'm just using the reference to to play with it. I'm not drawing exactly the same person here. If you want to draw the same person, let's get a little bit more expert and you should learn about the 3D planes of the face. Remember that. So as you can see, I am drawing the eyes at the same time, right? So draw it at the same time. Simple. This is looking at us and it is happy that we are drawing it. I hope you're drawing along. If you're not, and if you're sitting on your toilet seat, I mean, what am I talking about anyways? So as you can see from the front view, you cannot exactly see the bottom side of the nose. So it's not this. So don't literally draw the exact holes. Just indicate that, okay, there are some nostrils. So I'm indicating the nostrils, and after that, a little bit indication of the side. I don't really want to draw everything. So see, when drawing, you don't really need to draw everything. So keep that in mind. Of course, she's happy. That's why these will be elongated. It usually aligns with the pupils of the eye. So the dark part of the eye. So here, I'm just gonna make it a little bit smaller though. My choice. Around here. And okay, lower and look around here. Just an indication. And by the way, if you just realize, I didn't even check my brush, what I'm using. So when you're drawing, when you're pinning these things down, brush doesn't really matter. Your craft matters. If you're drawing with on paper or with a pen, or you're even taking a chocolate and making some marks somewhere, it counts. You can draw with anything. So continuing there. Again, I'm thinking to keep the original face structure that I drew here because it's looking nice. Keep it here, but let's take the hair shape of the other person and devise it here. I mean, draw it here. What is devise it here? What am I saying? I don't know. So here, this bunch together basically goes to the sideline, and this inner part comes and cuts here. So you are just going to draw the entire shape of it. And now so here, so yeah, I just give it a neckline here. Let's elongate the neck. So for drawing the neck, I usually draw it this distance. I just take an approximation here. So this distance, I call it the neckline, and yeah, here, like I just indicates, and this will go and connect to the shoulder. So yeah, going back to the hair, don't forget that we were drawing hair. So there we go. And yeah, so some hair here, and from here, yes, of course, we had the eyebrows should be probably around this area now, according to reference. Reference, yes, and for this part, the upper lid, we just make it a little bit thicker, and yeah, just indicate this eyelashes here, and here give some highlights to the eye, and it is looking already beautiful. So yes, here as you can see on the screen, we have our, like, the line art for the front face. If you're more interested into learning faces, of course, later on we are going to learn about like the 3D shapes of the face, and of course we are going to tackle the face from the side view, three quarters view, and of course, deeping dive in later videos, we are going to talk about like the planes of the face. That this is one plane, another. So yeah, all of that in upcoming videos. So I hope you learned something, and like, share, subscribe, and keep me motivated. Keep yourself actually motivated and draw. Go pick up a pencil, pick up a coffee, pick up whatever you want, make some marks, and start drawing. So this was the first step to draw front face portrait. Take care.